skips it just by 1 beat. It's a pretty bad blood chop. We're gonna skip everything in there. Oh, Moyuma goes back for the glass torch, get a little bit of early mapping anyway. It's free with the apple, essentially. And we'll be moving on to 1-3, getting swarmed by some ghasts and ghosts. And Saakas trying to line up this, yep, that blood shop opening. Gonna save the bomb. Ooh, and Boots of Pain find for Moyuma. That's actually a really good combination with a dagger. Might even consider staying on this 3 damage dagger. And there's the Pain going to town on Death Metal. Getting a flawless victory. Gonna be checking black chest here, okay. And gonna stay on the dagger, so that's kind of why I was wondering what Moyuma was gonna do, because could have taken a purple chest there for some magic item. But Moyuma is down into 2-1 and will be scooting on through as Saakas is spending some time to get money and buy this quartz armor before moving on to the death metal fight. Oh, before moving on to 1-3. Oh, it's obsidian crossbow. That's actually really good with Boots of Pain. Moyuma already down to the zone 2 boss. You can leave the crossbow unloaded and then just use the Boots of Pain for your damage, but load the crossbow when you need it, like this score rift fight, which is going flawlessly for Moyuma. There's a leprechaun kill for Saakas. Gonna leave the Boots of Pain behind, and this time Moyuma checking the purple chest for some red fire tomes. And looks like a actual Shrine of Darkness here on 3-1. Looks like Moyuma's gonna skip it and get rid of those boots, so no more Boots of Pain combo. Oh, and a dagger of phasing. Moyuma gonna skip the Shrine of Darkness. I don't really prefer that play. Plus they could sell the ring right there in the pawn shop. Zone 3 is the zone that absolutely you're looking for mapping on, because it's super randomly generated. It's always difficult to find your exit. But Moyuma gonna skip that and go down to 3-2. Saakas doing a lot of shopping here and finding a Ring of Mana, which is gonna pair pretty nicely with that Pulse spell. And we've seen before that Saakas can really use the Pulse spell to their advantage, as we'll see them going down this trapdoor and using it on the enemies in that mosh pit. And the next one's here. Ooh, Saakas gonna switch off to that crossbow. Moyuma doing some shopping now, but not finding anything they like. And gonna move on. Do this 3-3. Already killed the mini-boss, so on to the boss. Flawless victory for Saakas. A core rift just not having the fun time with the crossbow today. Fortissimo is your zone 3 boss. And Saakas checking the red chest, hoping to find some health. Gets it in the form of some holy water, so we'll be looking to get surrounded here and heal up. And Moyuma using those glass slippers in this Fortissimo fight, jumping in the water and on the hot coals. Glass slippers nullifying that. Did not get the flawless victory, so we'll be moving on to zone 4 with a relatively minimal build. Those glass slippers are going to be nice here because we don't have to worry about goo, which can definitely be a problem with any type of big range weapon like a crossbow or a regular bow. And there's a potion on 4-1 as well, so a little bit of extra safety. And Saakas putting that crossbow to work as well, but does get hit there, teleported to the shop. Gonna pick up the Shovel of Courage. Kind of teleportation, sending him there. And down to the Fortissimo fight. Saakas making up some time here. But does need to push real hard through the zone 4 here. Moyuma's already on 4-2, checking the Shriner. Another really nice thing about the crossbow is you can just shoot Blade Masters because it has piercing built into it. And there's the potion being quaffed by Moyuma, getting hit by that bat, having no luck charm. And it looks like Moyuma's doing some shopping here, maybe to find some health and what have you. There's the potion for Saakas. We'll see if they notice it. And they do end up noticing it. Gonna use the Bomber Goblin to open it. Didn't need to, but we'll do it for style points. Has the Shovel of Courage to dig through. And Moyuma's gonna be going down to 4-3. And this is something we've seen Saakas do quite a bit during their races, is they do a lot of shopping. Sometimes, I mean, this build is pretty minimal, so it's not a bad idea to do that, but sometimes you need to know when to start pushing on the speed, and this would be one of those times as you're behind a couple floors and you need to start closing the gap. And it looks like Saakas is trying to go pretty quickly through 4-2 here. Finds an Obsidian Staff, but I believe in past races we've seen Saakas not particularly enjoy staff weapons, so I'm going to stay on this crossbow. Moyuma down to the Deep Blues fight. This fight can be a little awkward with the crossbow. And you'll see what Moyuma's doing here. We're just going to use the crossbow as a dagger, and it makes it a lot more manageable. Using that Fireball Tome really well to take out the pawn line, and then finally loading up the crossbow and taking out the last two enemies. Really well good plays. Really well good plays. Saakas hitting that Ring of Peace, or Shrine of Peace. Gonna try for a dagger here. And gets the Ice Dagger. Moyuma getting the Ring of Peace, I believe, in... I believe they blew up the shrine to get that. Or they find it in their purple chest. Oh, they found it in there. No, they have Obsidian Cat, so they must have went black chest. Ooh, that ogre though, over on Saakas' side was trying to go clubbing. Saakas down to the Zone 4 boss. And Moyuma's going to be pushing to the Dead Ringer fight here. Not entirely the safest of builds. A few hits could bring Moyuma down, having no armor and only 4 hearts. So going to be a little careful with this cat. As you can see, Moyuma kind of backing off when these swarms are coming in, making sure to stand on that conduit and take out as many enemies as we can. But Saakas using that Shovel of Courage really well there to get through most of this floor. But did take a bunch of hits there, down to 1 heart. Still has the potion, so actually has 5 hearts. I'd like to see Saakas start using that pulse spell, getting through most of these levels quickly. But Moyuma's on to the Dead Ringer fight here. Once we go down these stairs, we'll see what kind of spawn we have. Looks like a left side spawn here, so we'll see some Japanese strats. And there it is, flawless victory. Gonna skip the boss chest right onto the Necrodancer fight. Gonna try to take the first loot of this match. Ooh, not giving Dad a weapon. Well, Dad has a dagger. Oh yeah, we've seen this before from Moyuma. Moyuma likes to keep Dorian on the dagger. And I'd like to know the reasoning behind it, but I think it's really just so Dorian has more movement capability and doesn't get caught up on enemies. It's an interesting variance on the Necrodancer fight that we don't see from a lot of other racers. I think Moyuma picked it up there just from the flail being in the way, but we'll take this Necrodancer fight. Saakas did go down there. We'll get a replay of it after this Necrodancer fight is over. Oh, Moyuma getting frozen and then confused. Getting a little flustered at the end here. But there finally takes out the Necrodancer, and we'll take the first loot of this match. 10:31 race time. GG. And here's the death over for Saakas here. Trying to use that Shovel of Courage to go through 5-3 here, but it looks like they just get caught up in a swarm. Actually, it looks like, oh, just gets an Eye of Beholder coming in for the snipe. If they would have just kept digging, would have been fine, I believe. That's really a good strong point with the Shovel of Courage, is that you just dig through everything in Zone 5, find the boss, snipe them, then just get out of there. The problem, though, is you're opening up a lot of avenues for enemies to jump you. There, we got our next seed in, and we'll get the next race of the match underway. Both our racers needing to ready up in their private Discord race channel. And once they do that, they get a 10-second counter before they start. And we're going. Taking a little bit different routing paths here. Moyuma's going to find the blood shop. We'll see if Saakas sees that on their screen watching. And it's a pretty good blood shop. And you see Saakas reset there because they're going to want that blood shop too. Some extra health with that purple heart, and then the very important racing weapon, the obsidian rapier. It's also a secret shop here, so if we were so inclined, Moyuma finding a bomb in that crate could go back and see what's in there. We've seen a few heavy plates in locked shops this tournament. Saakas going to find the red chest on 1-1 here, which holds a battle shovel. So getting a little one-up on Moyuma for the build. And like I said in the last race, having an obsidian weapon in the Zone 1 here is really nice for opening crates and barrels. You see a lot of those in Zone 1. And Moyuma finding cookies, turning that purple heart red, just as Saakas does the same thing. And Saakas spending the time to get the luck charm. Won't have to worry about bats anymore, or as much. Another heart in a crate for Moyuma, going up for a total of 5. I'm gonna take out this dragon, and we'll spend the time here to get the lucky charm as well, clearing out the enemies while we wait for the leprechaun to spawn. Really good play. And down to your Zone 1 boss, it's gonna be King Konga. Saakas shortly behind, taking out that red dragon in one lunge, which is really nice with the obsidian rapier, dealing out 6 damage. Moyuma gonna get a flawless victory, and we'll be checking, I imagine, the purple chest here. Finds a ring of peace. This is gonna be a fast seed. Saakas opting to take out the Konga line here, does get a flawless victory as well, is probably gonna get that ring of peace as well. Ring of peace, really nice. It gives you that extra heart container. It also lowers the level of your mini bosses, so you'll always have the lowest level variant of a mini boss going into your stairs. And both of our racers are on 2-2. Moyuma down to 2-3, gonna skip the shop here. Does have ample amount of money to check it, but is just gonna push this build. This is, like I was saying, this is a really fast build. Finding some ham in a crate. Oh, Saakas jumping right into a dark golem there, taking a big hit. They hit really hard. And going the wrong way here, but we'll find this ham in the crate though, so getting a little bit of a bail. Back to full health. Moyuma getting a flawless victory on Fortissimo, your Zone 2 boss. Gonna check the purple chest again. Finds a free spell, a really nice addition to this build too. This is a really nice racing build. Finds a Shriner on 3-1. Isn't gonna take anything though. Once again, Moyuma skipping that Shrine of Darkness. We'll see if Saakas picks it up. I'm fairly certain Saakas is comfortable doing that. Oh, sing it, shopkeeper. It looks like Saakas is going to try to catch up here, going straight for the mini boss and down to 3-2. Moyuma finding a trapdoor. Saakas is going to see that as well, down to the 3-3 mosh pit. Moyuma using the freeze spell there to take out the enemies. Saakas just taking out the enemies with the rapier. And here is a excellent freeze by Saakas. Going to overtake Moyuma here and get down to the Zone 3 boss first. It's going to be Death Metal. One of the more difficult variances of Death Metal, as you can see right there, Saakas taking a hit by a beetle. The beetles you kind of have to set up to take out. But flawless victory for Moyuma. Gonna check the purple chest and finds a ring of mana. Gonna switch to it. Really strong with ice. Can pretty much just ice all over the place. Oh, and there's a potion on 4-1 as well. That's cool. Both our racers gonna pick that up. The only way this ring's gonna be advantageous to Moyuma though is if they start using it. Saakas with the Ring of Peace has that passive ability where they're just gonna go, and there finally we see Moyuma using that freeze. But it'll be really good to use against, like, if we get caught up on like 1 or 2 Blade Masters, can just freeze and take them out. Oh, Moyuma taking a big bomb right there, going in a little too hot, but ends up using the freeze to save it out. Oh, and getting hit a lot here, quaffing the potion. Jumping into these swarms a little too quickly, I think, for Moyuma here, but did manage that one pretty well. But both of our racers on 4-3 here. Hey, Rattata, how's it going? Oh, there's a urn here on 4-3. We're gonna skip that. Moyuma going straight to the exit is down to the Zone 4 boss first. A blunderbuss was in the black chest on 4-3. And there's that free spell for Moyuma, taking out Coral Riff. It's got to be your favorite spell to have when you see there's a Coral Riff fight. Oh, I'm just gonna freeze the water you're chilling in. Well, now you're chilling in it, I guess. And Saakas having a little more difficulty with these enemies in 4-3, but we'll manage to get down to that Coral Rift fight. We'll be able to use that same freeze spell to take it out, and we'll be moving on. Moyuma already down to 5-2 though, so Moyuma really doing well, even though taking a bunch of hits, using their health as a speed tool there to get through Zone 4. And on to 5-2. Or 5-3 after this. Saakas down to 5-2. And a rifle in that Shrine Mimic, so both guns showing up in this seed. Saakas gonna eat that carrot to make sure we know we're going the right way. And Moyuma is down to that Dead Ringer fight first, though. We have a right side spawn, so easy left side scoots. Ooh, and has to use a freeze because a rider was coming in to block the Dead Ringer fight, so now just has to spend a little bit of time to wait for that freeze to run out, and that's going to give Saakas a little bit of a cushion here to close the gap. Easy left side scoots for Saakas as well. Does not get the rider spawn, and we'll get that flawless victory down to the Necrodancer fight. This is going to come up to lures here. Moyuma with a little bit of a lead advantage, getting the Necrodancer into that second stage first, but misses the first hit. Gonna deal with that Ogre first. And there is a little bit of a delay on these racers, as Moyuma playing from Japan, Saakas is in Europe, so there might be a little bit of discrepancy here, but it looks like Moyuma's gonna wrap this up. Needs one more hit. Saakas only needs 2. Oh, Moyuma getting frozen! Oh, but Saakas missed that hit there by the Necrodancer explosion, so it looks like Moyuma is gonna take this. And Saakas just getting some unfortunate lures here, does end up taking down the Necrodancer. Sub 8 for both of our racers in game. 8-12 race time. GG. Real close race there. Well played by both of our racers. All right, let's see if we can carry that momentum into race number 3. That was quite an amazing seed, to be honest, though. Early Obsidian Rapier and then a Ring of Peace coming in like the next level. It's like, oh, we're gonna go fast now. Okay. Thanks, Necrodancer. But here's our next seed being entered in. I believe there are a few more races today. We'll get the schedule up in chat there. We do have another race in about 5 hours after this race. It'll be the Dark Freak versus Cyber 1, and you can find that on my channel here. It looks like that's the only other scheduled race of today. Racers may schedule races throughout the day, though, so stay tuned to the Necrodancer Discord to see when those races pop up, as there's generally always someone commentating them. And we're off on the third race. Early trapdoor room. Both of our racers going to take it down to 1-2. The 1-2 mosh pit. Saakas dealing with that dire bat really quickly. Finds another trapdoor. Going to pick up some bombs before hopping down to the 1-3 mosh pit. Looks like Moyuma's going to do the same thing, but through a different trapdoor. Oh, Saakas taking a hit from a yellow skeleton down here, though. So down to half health. Moyuma going to spend one of those bombs to take out that red dragon and make up some time loss. There's a black chest on 1-3. We're going to want to check that. Anytime we're on a level 3 of a floor, generally you're going to have a pretty high tier high tier weapon. But Moyuma jumping into that glass rapier as a black skeleton hits them, so gonna instantly break that glass and has to reset. Saakas did manage to get that glass rapier without any damage, and will be moving on through the 1-3. Glass isn't the safest, but it's a really nice weapon in the early zone here, as most enemies are just going to take one hit and be done. And once again, you're able to open crates and barrels. And there's the pickup for Moyuma. Fortissimo is going to be your zone 1 boss. We're going to want to watch out for these ghosts as we see Saakas take them out. And then we'll be on to the rapper himself, Flawless Victory. We might see Saakas check a black chest here. Nope, gonna check purple, gonna find a Ring of Luck, so won't have to worry about bats, which is really nice with a glass weapon, but I imagine we'll be switching off this glass weapon before we go into Zone 3. Zone 3 being, once again, that kind of ceiling where you want to switch off some weapons or builds, whether you have like a flail or a glass weapon, and you really want to have mapping by the time you get to Zone 3. Flawless Victory for Moyuma. We'll see if they switch. Yeah, they're going to go red chest here and finds a pickaxe, so not that big of an upgrade. Oh, Saakas getting their shovel. Oh, Saakas just bombing themselves quite a bit there. Looks like Saakas got hit, blew up their stack of 3 bombs, and then ended up blowing up themselves. So unfortunate death there. That's going to give Moyuma a little bit of an advantage here. Actually putting that pickaxe to work, going through one of those tier 2 walls. There's the glass rapier pickup for Saakas again. Oh, but does the same thing that Moyuma did, this time to a zombie though. So has to reset. That glass rapier is just in a tricky spot. Moyuma finding a cracked wall or a locked shop and picks up the lightweight, so +1 damage on that glass rapier. And Moyuma will be going through this zone 2. Like I was saying again here, was probably going to switch off this glass weapon after this death metal fight, your zone 2 boss. As glass in, oh wow, that one lunge hit dishing out tons of damage. And there you see the switch out going to a titanium broadsword, so 3 damage with that lightweight. It's pretty strong weapon. And 15 bombs. It's quite the number of bombs to have in any race. Would be nice to find a grenade charm or blast helm. Can just start flinging grenades or hitting that panic button. And here we see Moyuma using one of those bombs, blowing up the sacrifice shrine and getting an empty heart. Also finding a glass shrine, and Saakas going down there to death metal, it looked like. And one of the things that happens when you die in these races too, it's a huge weight on your psyche. It's like, ah, shoot, now I gotta make up all this time in zone 1, and you see your opponent progressing. It's kind of hard to get back into the right, the correct mindset. And there's the shot Moyuma wants. That's the blast helmet I was talking about earlier, and some heavy plate. So really nice build now. Not the fastest of weapons, but it's a safe weapon, so Moyuma should be doing all right the rest of this run. Even has a purple chest open here. Isn't going to though? That's weird. Why would you not open the purple chest? Okay. Maybe it was purple chest blind. I don't know. But gonna find this mini boss here and take him out in 2 swipes. And this is what I like to see racers do now, what Saakas is doing. They know they're a couple zones behind here. They're going to start doing a little bit of a slow play. It sounds kind of contradictory to do slow play when you're so far behind, but what they're hoping for now is that their opponent will go down, and then they have a huge advantage in their racer's build, that they can go fast then. This is gonna have angry singing, isn't it? Isn't it? Yep. Skip. All right, purple chest check there from Moyuma. Gonna get the purple shield. And down to zone 4. Gonna be scooting through these enemies, skipping that glass shrine. We don't need that. We got a pretty alright build the way it is. Although, when you hit the glass shrine, heavy plate should totally turn into heavy glass. Oh no! Moyuma getting dunked by Doused! And now Saakas will have that build and that time. Unfortunate kill by Moyuma there, just not paying attention for Doused coming in. And we're gonna enter the dungeon. And now Saakas with the lead here. Only has 1 heart though. Moyuma going back for that glass rapier. Can actually push a little bit with the glass rapier. It is a very fast weapon. It used to be one of the fastest weapons for racing until the DLC came along. You just can't get hit. That's the caveat. And Moyuma already down to the Fortissimo fight. And Moyuma was in the racing scene during that time when the glass rapier was the weapon of choice. Going back for that pickaxe and is down in zone 2. And Saakas going down to some spores. This is a death-filled seed. We see Saakas going to this wall here, maybe not seeing the mushroom behind it. It does get taken out. So now Moyuma can slow down a little bit here. Has already taken this glass rapier through zone 2, so should be able to handle it just fine. Getting a good lunge on that Dark Minotaur. And we'll be going on to, is this 2-2? This is 2-2, I believe. There's a lock shop again, which has a shake weight in it, the lightweight. And down to 2-3. Gonna eat some ham to get back to full health. Health being a very valuable commodity this seed. Ooh, good retreat there by Moyuma. Skeleton trying to come in and break their glass. Moyuma down to the death metal fight. Should get that one hit lunge again. Bam! Feels good. We have a conjure shop for Moyuma. Gonna get a ring here. Gonna get the Ring of War, a really good addition here. So 4 damage on that titanium broadsword. And Moyuma's going to be going down through the rest of the Zone 3. Saakas is getting past that mushroom that killed them earlier, taking the glass rapier this time, and we'll be moving on to 2-3. And Moyuma's going to clean up and go down to 3-3, looks like. And Saakas cleaning up the dire bat there. Down to your Zone 2 boss. We'll see if they get the one hit. Bam! There it is. Flawless victory. Purple chest grab by Saakas, getting that Ring of Charisma. Gonna keep on that glass dagger. So here in Zone 3, like I was mentioning earlier, glass becomes a little more dangerous. You have enemies that are straight pathing right to you, and then you have to deal with the hot coals and ice as well. So we'll see if Saakas can hold it together here. Moyuma getting the flawless victory. Gonna check the red chest during that Deep Blues fight. It was a Torch of Walls, which we're gonna pass up on because that lightweight's gonna do just fine, and we don't really need mapping anymore. Zone 4 is generated the same way each time. You're gonna be diagonally spawned from the exit. Zone 5 has relatively easy mapping as well. You're just looking for the room that it's the biggest room on the floor, so you're looking for like the walls that create the biggest room. But we'll see if Moyuma pick up a map anyway here. And taking a spider dunk there. Oh, Saakas going down to the dragons, getting a fireball. And this isn't over yet. Moyuma down to 1 hit here. And spiders on the wall like to get those 1 hits. As we see Moyuma going down to take that out. And now Moyuma's checking the statues here, looking for some health regen. Gonna check the shop as well. And does find some purple hearts here, so getting 2 additional hits. I'm gonna stay on the broadsword. Maybe the cat would be better. Well, cat would be quicker. Broadsword's gonna be a little safer. Gonna get an earth spell in this arena. As cat would, you may jump into like a group of enemies where broadsword is gonna prevent that. And down to 4-3, it looks like. Saakas on that glass rapier build again. Oh, Telemonkey by Moyuma going right into the middle of that zone, or that level. Flawless victory for Saakas. Going to check the black chest again. It's an obsidian longsword, so a much safer weapon going into zone 2 here. And there's some ham for Moyuma. Gonna turn those purple hearts red and get a full heal here. So 5 hits now with that quartz armor. And we see a big retreat from Moyuma here, and that might have been because we've had a death from Moyuma here, taking these exits a little easier, or it's just the safer way to do it. Has the lead and does have the time to do it. Gonna check the shop here. Quick turn on those frog socks, which they found in a statue earlier. And onto the Coral Rift fight. Welcome to Earth. We'll check the purple chest here. Has a ring of shielding. Gonna keep the ring of war and move on to zone 5. Checking the shop here, doing some slow play. Moyuma gonna pick up that blood shovel and shopkeep bro. Blood shovel will help in the Necrodancer fight, but it doesn't really matter. Moyuma has 21 bombs. That's a lot of bombs. What are you doing with all those bombs, sir? I'm gonna check the shop here again too. Finds another purple heart. Probably gonna pick that up. Might as well pick up the compass too. Get full mapping. Okay, not gonna do that. But moving on through zone 5. Saakas getting that flawless victory on zone 2 again. Getting the ring of charisma. Moving down to zone 3. One nice thing about dying late in the seed is you know where all your exits are now. So you see Saakas going pretty much straight to the exit as quickly as they can here to catch up, but it's gonna be a little too late for that though. Moyuma has a much safer build this time around, is in 5-2 I think, and there's a potion here as well, which we'll be able to use the blood shovel to dig open. Oh, this is 5-3. And on to the Dead Ringer fight. Now, Moyuma does have the Ring of War, so we'll see if that gets them into trouble here. Looks like they're going to do an Earth kill, so it should be all right. There it is. Oh, messed it up a little bit here. We're a little off the rails. It's not too bad, though. There's the flawless victory. Going to skip the chests and on to the Necrodancer fight. Gonna use a few bombs to take out the stage here, and then should use the blood shovel to get a free hit on Necrodancer. That's what we're gonna see. Turn on those frog socks, and we're jumping, bouncing all over the place. Let's go. Frog socks, super nice item for your Necrodancer fight, as you can see. Being able to travel all the way through this floor makes tracking down that Necrodancer super quick. And there's the victory. For Moyuma, going. Oh, I hit the timer a little early because Moyuma jumped over the steps. Well, we'll say sub 18 race time. GG. Moyuma gonna take it, and that's gonna be it for the race here.